Hey guys, welcome to Surviving Nursing School with CourtneyMarie. Today's video is going to be about what you guys will need your first semester of nursing school. It's also going to be about how much I spent my first semester of nursing school. So if you guys are ready, then let's get into the video. Okay y'all, so the first thing you will need is a laptop. So I have an HP laptop. It really don't matter if you have a MacBook, a HP, you just need a working laptop. Something that will get you through the semester, something that runs good on battery, doesn't restart, in the middle of lecture, or if you're about to take a test. Going into nursing school, I didn't know all our quizzes and all our tests will be on the laptop. So that was something new for me. So you definitely need a laptop that's good on battery that will last you through the whole test, the whole quiz, the whole lecture. So this laptop my mom got for me for Christmas a while back. I didn't have to pay anything for it, thank you Lord. So I will not include that in how much I spent my first semester. Okay guys, so the next thing that I suggest you guys get is a planner. Nursing school is very hectic and it's very overwhelming. So I do have my old planner here. It says 2019. I got it off of Amazon and I don't remember how much it costs, but this was my best friend. So I did get a new one from Target for my current semester that's coming up, and I will be setting this up in another video. But this planner was my best friend. There were many times that I did not know when something was due, and I just had to look at my planner and see when it was due. So I'm just show you guys a week of nursing school. Here is a week. Here's a week of nursing school. If you guys can't see it, then I will show it up close. But this is a week of nursing school for me. And this is August, so I was just starting nursing school. As you can see, I have a verse of the week right here because, you need God during nursing school. If you don't have God, I don't know how you're going to get through. Then I have my weekly focus, pass all quizzes. I have a weekly focus that says pass all quizzes. As you can see, health assessment, I had a quiz. Pharmacology, I had a quiz. Health assessment, I had a case study. What was mine? Fundamentals, I had a quiz. I had a unit exam next Thursday. Pathology, I had a quiz. So I had a quiz in every single class. So like I said, nursing school is very hectic, and I even had a to-do list of things that I needed to get done. But yeah, that was just, a week of nursing school for me. So in my new planner that I got from Target, I really haven't set it up yet. I think this cost me like $12 or $14.99, something like that. But I love it. The only thing that I really done was my vision board. And I'll show you guys. This is how it looks. This is like the only thing that I really done. But I really need to get everything else done because school is right around the corner. So I really need to set this thing up. So yeah, I do recommend getting a planner. Also guys, I forgot to show you this, but I highly suggest getting a wall planner if you're not the planner type. It's very easy to keep up with instead of just setting up your planner each week because that can be time consuming. So I do suggest getting a wall planner. Okay y'all, so the next thing you will need your first semester of nursing school is a uniform. So I go to Princess Mary University and we only have one day of clinical. So I didn't splurge and get 2, 3, 4 uniforms because for one, I didn't know if nursing was really for me, and for two, I didn't know if I was going to pass all my classes because nursing school is very hard. So the total of my uniform was $125. I had to buy the shirt, the pants, the name badge, and the jacket. We could have got shoes with the uniform, but that just would have cost more, and their shoes were very expensive. So I just went and got my shoes from Scrubs and Beyond. These are how they look. They are not comfortable at all. I do not suggest getting these shoes, but they were cheap, and I didn't know if I was going to continue this journey with nursing school. So I'm gonna just be real with y'all. I do recommend, not going fully crazy your first semester of nursing school because you don't know if you're going to pass the classes. You don't know if nursing is for you. So things like shoes or stethoscopes, I do recommend not, blasting and going crazy, spending money on them because you don't know how things are going to work out for you. I think these shoes were like $52, and then I had to pay for shipping, so I would say close to $60. Like I said, these were the cheapest I could find at the time. So yeah, I do not recommend getting these shoes, but I'm gonna still wear them, until I can afford some new ones. We also had to get compression socks that I got off Amazon. I had got 3 in a pack, and it was $9.99 off Amazon. We had to get compression socks that go all the way to our knees. If they did not meet to our knees, we got a clinical warning. And for us, if we get 2 clinical warnings, then we're out the program. None more, none less. We would have been out the program. We would have just been out just because of socks. The next thing that was required for us to get for our first semester of nursing school was a stethoscope. So here is mine right here. It's in my stethoscope case that I got off Amazon for $14.99, I believe. And you want some type of case to keep your stethoscope safe because you don't want it messing up. Stethoscopes are not cheap. You don't want it messing up. You don't want to lose it or anything. You want to keep it your whole semester to use. So this is how the inside of my case looks. And I got all of this off Amazon, y'all. Everything in this case I got off Amazon. So I'm going to start right here with my stethoscope. So my sister brought this stethoscope for me. Thank you, Lord. I didn't have to pay for it. This is the Littman Classic 3, I believe. And this is how it looks. It works very, very well. I can hear things clearly when I put this on. And I just love this stethoscope. And I hope it lasts me through the whole program. So in this next compartment here, I have some Band-Aid scissors that I got off Amazon. And they were $6.95. So they were pretty cheap and they work very, very well. Next thing that I got in here is a pen light. I got this off Amazon as well. It came in a pair. It had another pen light with it. It's somewhere. But it also came with batteries and different heads to put right here. And it works very, very well. I love it. I also have another pen light in here that I got from school for free. Just to show that I have that in here. I got some gloves in here from Clinical. I don't know why I have that in here. I also have a little tongue depressor in here. Don't know why, but it's all in here. I didn't get these off Amazon. The tongue depressor and the gloves I didn't get off Amazon, just to make that clear. But everything else I did get off Amazon. And so that's all that I have in here. I do want to show you guys the material of this case. It is very, very, very fluffy, as you can see. So it is a good case to get for your stethoscope. One thing that they told us not to get was these spray stethoscopes. And this is how it looks. The only reason I have this is because they gave it to us for free. But this is how it looks. They told us we could not use these at all. So just to let y'all know, I'm going to show you guys how it looks. So this is how it looks. They have 2 cords going down. They told us to not get these at all. We could not use these. So yeah, this is how it looks. So the next thing that I had to get to be in the nursing program was Castle Branch. If you guys don't know what Castle Branch is, it is like a software that handles all your documentations, all your records, everything that you would need to be in a hospital. So like all your immunization records, your varicella, TB, all of that. Also your drug tests, your background checks, and your teacher can see everything. So you will need your hepatitis vaccine, you will need your varicella, you will need your Tdap. You will need all of those immunizations and you need them up to date. So if they are not up to date, you would have to redo them. And I do recommend not wait until the last minute to make sure all of these are up to date, because like I said, your teacher can see it and it is a deadline for these records. And if the deadline is not meet, then you will automatically get a clinical warning. And like I said, you can only get 2 clinical warnings throughout the whole program. Castle Branch cost me $120.75. So, you know what I'm saying? It did cost me a pretty penny, you feel me? It did cost a little, it was up there. But I had to get it, I had to pay for it. If I didn't pay for it, I don't know if I would be in the program right now, because it's something that is required for us to get. So the next thing that I'm going to show you guys is supplies. I did not include this in my overall spending budget because some of these supplies I did have from last semester. Some of these supplies I found, you know, in my room, in my closet. So I'm just showing you guys some of my supplies that I used my first semester. So like I said before, everything is pretty much on the laptop, so you won't need that many supplies. So one of the things that I got was a notebook, and this is how it looks. The notes that I wrote in it is color coordinated. I was trying something new, you know what I'm saying? This is how it looks, but this method that I used was very, very, very helpful. However, it was very, very time consuming. So I didn't have time to keep doing it and doing it and doing it, but it worked very well for me. But it was very time consuming and I had to stop doing it. But yeah, I had got a notebook for that. Also for supplies, I have pencils and pens. Like I said, all the notes, quizzes, and tests are on the computer. However, there were times where the Wi-Fi was acting up or something happened and we couldn't do our tests online. And so we had to convert back to the pencil and the paper. So I do recommend getting pencils and pens because you never know what's going to happen. So the next thing that I have is paper. You can never do wrong with paper. You never know when you will need it. The last thing that I have is a binder. I do recommend getting a binder to be organized. So this is how my binder looks. I do have, you know, all my classes in it, all my syllabus, everything that's dealing with each class I have in my binder. So I do recommend getting a binder. Next thing is like a little notebook. Just like a little notebook for clinical, something that you can keep in your pocket to write down, you know, important information for patients on it. So yeah, I do have a notebook. So the last thing that was required for us to get was books. And I'm gonna just be real with y'all. Some of these books I haven't even looked in. Some of these books I haven't even looked at. Like, they required for us to get these books. However, I didn't really use some of them. Some of them I did use. Some of them were very, very, very helpful. But these books did cost me a lot of money. I'm just tell y'all. I'm just be real with y'all. I'm just tell y'all. They cost me a total of $1,046.70. So they were very, very, very expensive. These books are including, you know, Prep You, all of that. But I'm about to just show you guys all my books that I have. Okay, so the first book that I'm going to show you guys is this book that I haven't even looked at. It is The Fundamentals of Nursing Test Success. And it looks like this. So I haven't even looked at this book. I haven't even looked in this book. But I'm pretty sure it's going to help me along the road. But yeah, it just looked like, you know, questions and case studies and all of that. So yeah, this is one of the books. So the next book that I had to get was this book. This is Bates Nursing Guide to Physical Examination and History Taking. This is how it looks. This book was for my health assessment class. I didn't really look in this book at all. Like, health assessment for me, to be honest, health assessment was my easiest class my first semester. I just had a really, really good teacher. Her tests and quizzes were very straightforward. So I was just very blessed. So I didn't look at this book at all my first semester. The next book that we had to get was the Nursing Concept Care Maps for Safe Patient Care book. This is how it looks. This book was my best friend, okay? When I tell y'all, this book helped me a lot with my care plans and all of that for clinicals. Whoever wrote this book, shout out to you, girl, because you did your thing, you feel me? The next thing that we had to get was this Taylor's Video Guide to Clinical Nursing Skills DVD. This DVD was also my best friend. It was required for us to get, and we was required to watch some of the videos on this DVD for clinical. That DVD was my best friend. It basically showed me things. If you're a visual learner and you have to see things, it basically showed me everything that I needed to know step by step, like how to put a NG tube in, how to put a catheter in on like a real person. So it basically was very, very, very realistic. It was very helpful, and I love that DVD. The next book that I have is this pathophysiology book. This is how it looks. It's a pretty thick book. I didn't look in that book either, y'all. That's probably why my first semester was so hard, but I didn't look in this book either. Like, patho, for me, I ended up passing with a B, but it was pretty tough at first. I'm not going to lie. It was very, very tough. Basically, it's about different diseases, the treatments, the symptoms, all of that. The patho behind each disease. It was very, very hard, but I managed to pass and I managed to get through. That was nothing but God, y'all. Nothing but God. The next book that I have is this Fundamentals of Nursing book. This is how it looks. It is pretty thick. Whew. That book heavy. But when I tell y'all I love that book is my best friend. My fundamentals class, basically, if you don't know what it is, it's like the basics. Like, what you need to know. The base of nursing. That book basically has a lot of helpful information in it. It tells you step by step what to do, how to do it. It has how to assess a patient, how to administer medications, all of that. So I do recommend getting that book. The next book that I have is this medical terminology book. This book was required for fundamentals. For my teacher, we did have quizzes, and some of the quizzes were stuff out of this book. So if I wouldn't have got this book, I would have been butthurt and I would have failed some of my quizzes. Because, you know, she picked out certain chapters where she would ask questions from about medical terms. So if you think you know medical terminology, you really don't, because this book has a lot of them. Like, I thought I knew a lot of them, but they have a lot. They have a lot more that you don't even know. So I do recommend getting that book. The next book that I have is the skills checklist for fundamentals of nursing. This is how it looks. This book I carried around with me a lot for clinical. Basically, you know, when you're in the hospital setting, you're probably going to be nervous. You're probably going to forget a lot of things. But this book, just look in it and you're going to know what to do. This book I regret getting. Definitely I regret it. If you know how to round, if you know how to convert milligrams to grams or grams to milligrams, you're good. You can do it. You don't need this book at all. I haven't looked at this book at all. The teacher did recommend for us to look in it, and I did look in it, and then I realized, you know, I already know this stuff. I don't need this book at all. For fundamentals, we do have a math test that we have to pass with a 90 or above. So I think that's why she required for us to get this book, because if you did not pass with a 90 or above, you would have failed the class automatically. Nothing more, nothing less. You would have just failed. Okay, so the next book is this Pharmacology of Nursing Care book. This is how it looks. It is a pretty thick book. And I'm just tell y'all, I'm just be real with y'all. Like, I keep it real on my channel. You feel me? I keep it real. This book I did not look in at all. And I should have looked in it, because pharmacology was the toughest class my first semester. It was very, very, very tough. For me, it came down to my final to see if I was going to pass. So it was very tough, not only for me, but for everyone in my class. It was very, very tough. I should have looked in this book. I'm definitely going to look in it next semester, because we have pharmacology 2 next semester. They broke it up into 2 parts because it is a very, very difficult course. So I'm definitely going to use this book next semester. I'm glad I brought it. I learned from my mistakes. Like I said, it is very, very tough. I'm just going to be real. It is very, very tough. The next book that I have is this 2019 Pocket Drug Guide for Nurses book. This is how it looks. It is a pocket-sized nurses medication guide book. I carry it around in clinical all the time because, you know, for nurses, you want to have some downtime. Not a lot, but you're going to have some. And so for me, what I used to do with my patients, I would see that they would be on medications. So I would look up that medication just to, you know, better learn and get to know my medications more. So I do recommend getting this book. You're going to need it, most definitely. So the next thing that we had to get was Prep U. We had to get 2 Prep U, one for health assessment and one for fundamentals of nursing. This is just how it looks. They are not cheap at all. Like, they are not cheap, but they are very, very helpful. You know, at the end of the day, they are helpful for the NCLEX, but they are not cheap. And for me, they were 1% of my grade for each class. So it's like, do I really need this 1%? Do I really need to pay this much to get this 1%? But I'm glad I did, because, you know, I didn't know if I was going to be passing or failing. So they are very, very helpful. And some of these questions the teacher did take and put on tests. So I do recommend getting these Prep U's ASAP. They are very, very helpful. Okay guys, so we reached the end of my video. So it's time to share how much I spent my first semester of nursing school. So I think I added up everything correctly, and my total comes out to be $1,449.42. Ugh. Here it is right here, guys. This is how much I spent my first semester of nursing school. That's crazy. And I'm just be real with y'all. Nursing school is expensive. My tuition went up like an extra $2,000 maybe. So, like I said, it is very, very expensive. Now that I'm thinking about it. Anywho. Okay guys, so that's the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was very, very helpful for my pre-nursing students, my upcoming nursing students, anyone and everyone. I hope it was very, very helpful. I am a junior 2 nursing student. I'm going into my second semester of nursing school. So y'all, please pray for me. Prayer hands in the comments, please, 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 please pray for me, y'all. I hope I get through it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Turn those post notifications on if you do not want to miss a video. And this is Surviving Nursing School with CourtneyMarie. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me.